How do we find a spouse if we're supposed to keep our gaze down? And this is a very critical question. This is a very good question. Look at their shoes. New Balance, you know they're a runner. I can deceive some people though. I got New Balances outside. I'm definitely not a runner. No, honestly, this is a very good question. And this is something that when I mentioned that we need to start being proactive in the community, I can't give you a solution here, unfortunately. I'll give you my best. I can give you my best advice to the elders of our community, inshallah, to take forward with, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, is we need to start setting up solutions. How can people get married? How can people get to know each other in a manner that is appropriate, that is halal, that is within the guidelines that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set, and something that can accommodate the influences of the society that we are raised. It is not intrinsically wrong for someone to want to know somebody before they marry them. It's not wrong. It's not something that's wrong. So we need to provide avenues, and biodatas, right, on paper is not enough. Sending photos of each other is not enough. I tell you, man, how many people get filtered? Oh, you know, too dark, too chubby, too white, too Arab, too Pakistani, too Hyderabadi. Look at those ears. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what features are between people, right? But the point is, attraction is beyond a photo. First of all, attraction, these are a few points that I can put forward for our elders to take with, inshallah, and nasiha for you, my dear brothers and sisters. Attraction is beyond a photo. The way someone interacts with their parents, the way someone interacts with their siblings, the way someone interacts with others in the community, the way someone interacts with you, the way someone speaks, the way someone moves, these things play a role in attraction. We know this. I don't need to, I'm preaching to the choir here, right? So photo doesn't give you all those elements of attraction. So number one, throw away the photo, say I want to meet this person. Number one. Number two is, when you are seriously looking for a spouse, you are allowed to take the glance that is sufficient for you to make your decision within the guidelines wherewith you're under supervision. Okay? So you can get to know that person, and you can get to look at that person and say, yeah, you know, I think I can live with this person, right? This person is attractive enough for me. I speak with this person under the supervision. As I mentioned, you need to have supervision, and so what we need to do is provide avenues wherewith supervised interaction is coordinated by the communities, by families, by the elders in our communities, because our young people need to get married, and it is not enough for us to pass around papers. I'm not going to send you my CV. I'm sorry. I'm not going to send it to you. All right? That does not tell you anything about me as a person. I can go to the greatest academic institution and be a complete jerk. I work at Johns Hopkins. There's a lot of jerks there. Okay? It doesn't matter. All right? So it doesn't matter what degree you have. That doesn't tell you. It tells you a little bit about your personality. Alhamdulillah, you're driven, and blah, 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 all these different things. But you know what? It doesn't tell you if you're kind, how you speak, do you mold with this personality? All those things require interaction, supervised interaction. How to do that? That is something that our families, our communities, our elders need to find a solution. We need to be proactive, because if we're not proactive, our sisters already are leaving. They can't find spouses. They can't find husbands. They can't find husbands because they're looking at it and say, oh, look at this Arif Hussain, man, subhanAllah. Look at this guy. He's a writer, eh? I don't know what that's supposed to be, right? We can't find people through photos. We need to know each other, get to know families, all right? So we need to find a solution. But long story short, you're allowed to, under supervised interaction, supervised gaze, I would say, you're allowed to look at potential spouses. But not, I don't mean like, yeah, I'm ready to get married. All right, let's go. Passing around the camera. You see that camera slowly, like, you know, going to the sisters section, right, and vice versa. That would not be a bad idea, you know, just kind of like recording brothers who are listening to like speeches and stuff and seeing how they're interactive, they're picking their nose and stuff like that, send it on like the web. Yeah, this person is not a good match. But anyways, the point is, when you're seriously looking to get married, under supervised interaction, you're allowed to there are certain things that are allowed, and I encourage you to go to Sheikh Yasir Qadi's speeches and Sheikh Yasir Darajaz's speeches. There's a bunch of those fiqh of marriage things. Find them online, purchase them, get ready, inshallah.